Hello, and welcome to another episode of Vitamin Z, Virtual Vitamin C, brought to you from your Detroit Zoological Society. Today, we have a special guest. We have Miss Rachel Hanbury.
Yeah, good morning.
Who is our Sustainability Manager at the Detroit Zoological Society. You know, we've been talking a lot lately about how you can help animals, particularly those who are affected by water or live in water, how you can help them have a successful winter's rest. So we looked at things like the drains to make sure that we didn't let any antifreeze or anything like that go down the drains. We want to make sure we don't put any trash near the drains so that it can become a hazard to the animals. The animals can sometimes see small pieces of plastic and they will look at that and say, oh, I haven't had any food in a long time, so guess what? I am going to eat that piece of plastic because they don't know that it's plastic. So what we want to do is we want to take another look at how you can help animals in the wintertime. And this is something that you can do all year long. If you look right now, it's getting colder outside. The sun is making an occasional appearance, but we want to do things all year long to make sure that our animals have clean, safe water to take their winter nest in. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a walk over to a special area that the zoo has that helps make sure that we keep our water system clean. So why don't you come on and join us as we take a walk over there. And while we're walking over there, Rachel, I hear there's a certain thing that the zoo, I hear this thing called green print all the time. Can you tell me a little bit about green print?
Sure. Green print is basically a plan that we follow. It helps us keep our operations green. We try to implement as much green infrastructure as possible. We try to reduce our energy. We try to reduce our water consumption. Our waste, which is really important, try to reduce it. And so the green print really holds us accountable to this plan and really makes sure that we follow it and we can be one of the greenest zoos in America.
Okay, so this is not only a plan, it's a mission.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. It helps us with our mission of celebrating and saving wildlife. And in order to do that, we really have to think of the habitats where animals come from. So we really want to broaden our efforts outside of the zoo.
Okay. So I'm a member of the public, and I'm coming to visit the zoo. Is there any way that I can, is there anything I can see or I can do to help with the green print?
Absolutely. There's so much you can do. What you do at home is really important. So when you are reducing your waste, or for energy, like Mike was talking about, getting ready for winter, turning off those lights when you're not using them, water consumption when you're brushing your teeth, don't use as much water. There's so much you can do, and I think always reducing is the most effective thing that everyone can do.
Okay, so tell me a little bit, Rachel, about this area right here.
Sure.
How does this help make sure that our water is good for the animals?
Absolutely. So this is something that a lot of people in our community come across, which is when a building is built, like your home, any sort of office building. We here built our Buddy's restaurant, and when we did that, there was a lot of rainwater runoff. And so in order to take care of that, so we don't overwhelm our stormwater drains, we then funnel it into a rain garden. These plants are specifically planted to absorb a lot of rain. That way, we really reduce our impact. So if that reduces flooding, it actually removes a lot of the particulates in the water. It filters it out, and we have fresh, clean waterways.
Okay. So, as you can remember, when we talked last, we talked about how important it was for our animals not to have contaminants again in their waterway. And so this is one way that the Detroit Zoological Society is helping to make sure that that happens.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
So what we want to do is we want to thank you for joining us today, and we especially like to thank Rachel for joining us. And we want you to tune in next week where we'll come up with other ways that we can help our animals. So with that, we will see you next week.